Okay, once again, good afternoon, one and all.
Very good afternoon.
So, last week and before that, we discussed about what is SAP, what is SAP stands for, right? And who were the founders of SAP, correct? And we discussed about what are the what do you mean by an ERP? How many types of softwares like decentralized software and centralized software? Why SAP is the leading ERP across the globe? Clear? And we discussed about a bit of history of ERP when it was started in the year 1972 with SAPD name. Earlier name was SAPD and the company name is SAP AG. What is AG stands for?
Again.
AG, which means in India it's a limited, right? When it comes to US, it's a corporation and incorporation, right? And we discussed about what is R1, R2 and R3 environments, correct? What is R1 environment? What are the disadvantages with the R1, R2 and R3? We discussed about R1, R2. So this is R1 environment where all the layers, database layer, application layer and presentation layer are at one place. Clear? And after that, in the year 1972 to 80, we have an era called this one R1 era. And when it comes to R2, what they have done is they have separated the presentation layer, one layer from with other two layers, that is database layer and application layer are separated with the presentation layer. And this particular era, we call it as a client server concept. And it was what are the disadvantages with this? In the sense, there was a time sharing concept, client server concept with the time sharing. Means these presentation layers are called as in clients and it will be connected to the database layer. So, and each client will have a specific time, right? So that was the disadvantage with client server concept, R2 system. And when it comes with from 1990 onwards, they came up with a new technology called R3. Okay, in this three layer system, they have separated database layer, application layer and a presentation layer. The current one is S4, nothing but R1, R2, R3, nothing but real time first generation, second generation, third generation. First generation, all the three layers are at one place. And in second generation, that is nothing but the presentation layer is separated from database layer and application layer. And in third generation, all the presentation layer are separate, application layers are separate, and database layer is separated. Clear? This is the third generation. Okay. Till 2013, SAP was following the same environment. Okay. Okay. And as I said that, history of SAP, when it comes to history of SAP R1, as I said that 1972, so you can take the generation as a 1970 to 80. And after that, they have developed R2 environment in 1980, in the year 1980. And from there till 1990, they were using R2 environment client server concept. But in R3 environment, they came up with 1992, three-tier architecture. Clear? And the edition was, they used to call it as a 4.08 edition. And till 1992, till 2004, the SAP was developed a software called only dependent on an accounting and payroll. Accounting and payroll only. They were not into other softwares. Other department, SAP also like Oracle Financial, SAP also supports only accounting and payroll part. And it's not supported other departments. As I said that any organization will have a number of departments. Out of all the department, SAP used to support only the payroll department and accounting. That's it. But in 2004, SAP came up with a concept called ECC. ECC is nothing but ERP central component. ERP central component is nothing but it's a business suite. They came up with a concept called business suite. What do you mean by a business suite? In the sense, whenever client purchases the SAP software, SAP system, Okay, they have developed in June 2004 with 36 different modules. Means modules are nothing but applications, right? 36 different applications means here it will support 36 different departments from 2004 onwards. From 2004 onwards, 36 different departments. So that is the reason we call it as a business suite. What do you mean by suite? Suite is nothing but a combination, right? Whenever we will ask in a restaurant or hotel, we need a suite room. What do you mean by suite room? It's clubbing of your drawing room, kitchen, and everything combined. So that's a combination. So whenever client purchases SAP software, so whether they're required or not, SAP provides all the 36 applications, 36 modules, 36 departments, software it will give in 2004. So here onwards, from 2004 version onwards, SAP took lead when compared to other ERPs. No ERP will support these many modules across the globe. Okay, and they came up with one more enhancement package, means they have added features here. So SAP EHP. EHP is nothing but enhancement package. After from there onwards, they have started adding features to the existing software. Here, old features are similar, but they are adding new features, right? New attributes. So they have added, they are calling it as an EHP. You can see that EHP 7, EHP 6, clear EHP 4. What do you mean by this EHP? Enhancement package. Okay. And ERP central component R3 in 2004. The next they came up with ECC 6 version. Enhancement package ECC 6 in 2005 version. In 2005 version. So in the year 2005, okay, they came up with a new concept called ECC 6. Okay. And in December 2005, they came up with this particular concept. Okay. And what is the thing is, so SAP is invented in the year 1972. Okay. But SAP is not having its own database. What do you mean by database? The data where the data will be stored. Clear? Where whenever we want to save the data, we need to have a database. But SAP is not having its own database. SAP is dependent on third-party databases like Oracle database, Microsoft database, Windows database, DBase, a lot of different third-party databases. Is that clear? So here, again, in the same year, SAP ECC 6 with EHP 6. So here, EHP 6. So they came up with this particular feature. So earlier till 6 version, ECC 6 with EHP 6 version. So here we used to have, so this is the most important version, whatever version we are talking here. This is ECC 6 with EHP 6. So what is this EHP 6 version in the sense? Before EHP 6 version, ECC 6, EHP 6. ECC 6 with EHP 6. Okay. And before that, before this version, we are going to discuss a lot about this. Before this version, we used to call SAP used to follow classic GL accounting. Classic GL accounting. Okay. And after this, after this version, in this version, SAP came up with new concept called new GL accounting. So what is the difference between SAP new GL accounting concept and classic GL accounting concept? In the sense, here, what was the formula in classic GL accounting is, okay, simple formula, straight formula. Okay, it was a single dimensional report. We used to generate single dimensional reports. Only single dimensional report. What do you mean by single dimensional reports? So GL debit equal to GL credit. That's it. So we can generate a reports only on the base of GLs. On the base of only the GL. If I want to generate any report, so cash GL report, vendor GL report, customer GL accounting report, clear? So only those reports we used to generate. That's it. So it used to call it as a single dimensional report. But when they came up with ECC 6, so customers were not satisfied with these reports. Clients were not satisfied. Okay. And they used to generate the reports only in two currencies. One is document currency, and local currency. Only in two currencies it used to generate a reports. Okay, one is GL debit equals to GL credit, and currencies, how many currencies? Only document currency and local currency. That's it. So customers were not satisfied with these reports. So in this particular version, SAP came up with a new GL accounting concept. So what do you mean by new GL accounting? In the sense, so GL plus business area plus profit center plus segment debit equal to GL plus business area plus profit center plus segment credit. Okay, with what are the currencies? Document currency plus local currency. Next one, group currency. Right? So here, multi-dimensional report. This is called multi-dimensional reports we can generate. As I said that from this version onwards, SAP providing, okay, SAP supported more than 2000 standard reports we can generate after introduction of new GL accounting concept. We'll discuss in depth. Most of the interview questions, whenever you want to attend as SAP consultant, most of the questions, at least 30% questions, you are going to get from new GL accounting concept. So what is new GL accounting concept? Earlier, before ECC 6, there was only GL debit equals to GL credit, means we can generate report only on this particular base. But when they came up with this new GL accounting concept, then they came up with, we can generate a reports, GL debit and GL credit, business area debit and business area credit, profit center debit and profit center credit, and segment debit and segment credit, and many more reporting structure. Not only with two currencies, we can have three currencies in ECC environment. Clear? So this is called multi-dimensional reporting. And this is again a revolutionary version in SAP across. So which made more superior, more powerful than compared to any other ERPs. Is this clear? So whenever people ask what is the difference between classic GL accounting and new GL accounting in SAP, clear? Majority people still following, not people, institutes, still they are following classic GL accounting to the students. So what is the advantage if the institutes follow this particular, in the sense, majority 30% topics they can miss it. They can complete the things in 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. Because this is a huge topic. New GL accounting concept. Hope you got my point. So till here, any questions before I proceed? And in S4 HANA, they came up with, so here only 2 currencies, here 3 currencies, but in SAP S4 HANA, they came up with the same new GL accounting concept is there, but they came up with, instead of 3 currencies, they came up with 10 currencies. I'll explain that also. I'll show you that also. 10 currencies reports we can generate according to the client requirement. Group currency, hard currency, local currency, document currency, country specific currency, report specific currency, transaction specific currency. Like that, we have a different currencies are there in S4 HANA, but majorly they use only the 3 currency reports only. Yeah. Any questions?
No, sir.
No question.
Yeah. Understood, right? What is GL debit equals to GL credit, and here the new GL accounting concept. So this came up in this version called ECC 6 with EHP 7. So what is ECC? ERP central component. What is EHP? Enhancement package, means enhancement. You know that, adding new features. Fine. And after that, SAP came up in the year. So till here, till this particular version, SAP came up with same third-party databases only. Means SAP didn't have its own database. Fine. Next one, SAP came up with new version in the year 2013. New in the year 2013. That is SAP EHP 7. So here SAP EHP 7 came up with new functionalities. Again, I would like to go with same. This new GL concept was continued. SAP ECC 6. Okay, ECC 6 on EHP 7. EHP 7. Okay, and this is on third-party database. So they came up with third-party databases. Means we can use third-party database, and the same version they have released, SAP ECC 6 on EHP 7. Or this can be used on third-party database and as well as third-party database and as well as HANA database. I'll tell you what do you mean by HANA database also. Okay, so this particular version, SAP ECC 6 with EHP 7, or instead of on, you can call it as a with EHP 7 version. This is again one more new version SAP came up with. Okay, so this can be used on third-party databases like any tenancy databases like Oracle, Windows, DBase, Sybase, or any other databases that can be used. But what is the new feature added in this database? In the sense, they came up with, earlier there was a no tax module in SAP. For tax calculation, tax purposes, tax entries, they need to do manually. SAP need to do manual configuration. But they came up in this particular version, EHP 7 version, they came up with GST version. Means, don't call it, in India, we are calling it as a GST, but the configuration across the globe, whatever may be the tax system, right? So that tax system came up in EHP 7 version. Understood? So whenever somebody is saying that we are using SAP 6, ECC 6 with EHP 7, in the sense, what version they are using? Which version they are using? GST version. Which version they are using?
GST version.
GST version. Earlier, there was manual configuration. Consultant need to do the GST calculations, tax calculation for each and every entry. Okay, but here in ECC 6 with EHP 7, they used to do direct configuration. And if you know one country configuration, means any country, GST, if you know, then you can do configuration for any country across the globe. Understood? So you need not to learn. If I know Indian GST configuration, so how I need to do US configuration, how I need to do what we call Australian tax calculation configuration. No, it's not required. The same procedure you need to follow. Only the tax codes, tax percentages, country to country different. Clear? SAP is having a sales tax and we are having a goods and service tax. And they have China having GTS, golden tax system, right? The procedures, calculation, and everything will be the same. Configuration is same, not calculation. Configuration is the same across the globe. Tax percentages, tax codes, client to client, country to country, it will be different. That we will get from customer. That we will get from client. But if you know GST configuration, then blindly you can say, if someone is asking you, see, after completion of this particular course, if you are attending interview, then probably your client may be Indian client, your client may be Singapore client, your client may be a China client, or your client may be any Arab country client, your client may be US client. So your client may be Australian client or Canadian client. So if I'm having 3 clients, sometimes I got the 3 projects. I'm working on 3 projects, 3 different regions, 3 different countries. So do I need to, if it is different, do I need to learn all the configuration of each and every country? It's not required. If you know one country tax configuration, then blindly you can say that any country configuration, I can do it. That's it. Blindly you can say that. Most challenging is GST one. Most challenging. Lot of tax. If you know GST configuration, then you can do any country tax configurations. Here, ours is GST. What you call China's is GTS, right? And US sales tax, right? Like that. But the configuration, whatever configurations we are going to learn here, that is across the globe, the same configurations we are going to do. Which anyone is using ECC 6 with EHP 7 version, means what does it mean? They are using the GST tax version, GST version. In India, we call it as a GST version. But as a consultant, we are not supposed to say GST version. We need to call it as a tax version.
Tax version.
Okay. If you practice like I know GST version, in the sense, in interview also, if someone is asking you, say client is asking, client doesn't know what is the configuration you will do in tax configuration. Is it the same or different? Client doesn't know. If you like, they're asking you that you know the tax procedure, in the sense, yes, I have done my GST configuration, in the sense, he won't understand what is the GST configuration because your client belongs to Abu Dhabi, for example. If you say, I know the GST configuration, in the sense, he feels that you don't know the Abu Dhabi or Arab countries tax calculation, tax procedure or tax configuration. So don't stress that. Say that we know, if you know one country specific tax configuration end to end, then you can do tax configuration of any country end to end. No doubt in that. Is that clear? Any questions? And in the same version, they came up with, as I said, that SAP till 2013, they were dependent on third-party databases. They were dependent on third-party database. Okay. But from 2013, SAP came up with their own database called HANA database. HANA database means SAP own database. HANA means we will discuss more in future on HANA. High performance appliance analyticals. I'll give you the definitions and everything also. So understood. So here we can use this. So why we are using again third-party databases, in the sense, it is a more expensive one, HANA database. And see, as I said that if we want to install SAP ECC 6 with EHP 7 version, in your system, if you want to install in Amirpet or somewhere, what is the minimum requirement? What is the minimum requirement of your system? Means system requirement. Which one? Third party database one. Requirement is, okay, processor i5, RAM minimum 8 GB. Okay, if you are installing system requirement, means you want to install SAP server, SAP system requirement for installation of SAP ECC6 with EHP 7 third party database. Okay, third party database. So your laptop or desktop processor should be i5, or if it is not i5 also, i3 also fine, but RAM should be 8 GB and your hard disk should be minimum 350 512 GB. When you want to install server, I'll tell you what are the challenges and all those stuff. Okay, but now in this particular course, you need not to install your SAP server. Okay, however, I am going to give you a terms and conditions apply. We are going to give the ECC server, remote server access. For that, whatever may be your system configuration, directly we will install SAP application in your system. Server will not be installed. Only SAP application will be provided to you, and that will take hardly 40 MB space. 40 MB space, not more than that. Right? Only 40 MB space it will take, and it will, the support will be there 24/7. So you can work 24/7 without any problem, unless until at my place, if any what we call electricity issue or network issue, at that particular time only it won't work. But rest all, and even this is also whatever server we are getting, this is not from India, this is in Singapore. From Singapore we bought the servers, so the maintenance and everything is there in Singapore only. The backup part and everything will be taken care over there itself. So you are going to get with this particular course only. So whatever may be your system configuration, it will support here. But if you want to install, means till this particular course, I'll give you this access. But once the course is completed, then you need to take outside. Clear? So this is third party server. This is about third party server. But when you want to install HANA database one. Okay, what is the system processor should be? That should be 10th generation one, any processor. Okay, and next one, RAM should be minimum 512 GB. RAM, not hard disk. And hard disk, we don't have a count also, but greater than 1 TB. That I can say that. So here, RAM 512 GB. In India, we don't have a 512 GB RAM. We have 32 GB maximum RAM in India. In US also, if you go, probably you will get this particular, but at least the laptop value would be around 10 to 15 lakhs. 10 to 15 lakhs. So that's the reason no one will install what we call HANA database server in
I just joined, sorry.
Their database in third party if someone wants to HANA database, then they will go with, they need to buy at least 15 lakhs laptop. At minimum 15 lakhs laptop worth, they need to buy it by paying it. Okay, so here normally what people will do is they will take, we have two concepts, cloud base and on-premise. on-premise. So what do you mean by cloud? Means cloud in the sense we will take server access on a cloud basis, right? Like whatever you are doing, Google Drive, it will be stored the data in a cloud, right? Your iStore, iPhone store, whatever iStore, iCloud is there, that you will take. Means that will be shared to different people. The database will be shared to different people, and which will cost very less to us when compared to on-premise one. On-premise one in the sense we are purchasing the server and we are keeping in our premise or our any specific premises, and only our data will be stored in that. Clear? So this would be little reasonable, and when compared to on-premise one. So here we are taking HANA database also, we are providing cloud base. Cloud base in the sense remote server access we are going to do. In ECC also, if you are installing server is nothing but on-premise. If you are installing server in your system, then it is nothing but it will call it as an on-premise. Okay. But whatever server I am going to take, if you are taking server from us, however, this particular course, you are going to get the servers. So that is called cloud base. Cloud base in the sense your data will be stored, will be what we call, we are storing the data in a cloud that will be shared to different people, but the privacy will be there. The security will be there. There will not be any problem. Clear? Whenever we are using cloud base. So whatever data we have, whatever server I'm giving for SAP ECC6 with EHP7 initially, that is a cloud base only. Means your system will not save anything. Your system hard disk, whatever the company or company codes you are creating, that will be not stored in your system. That will be stored in a cloud-based server. Understood this concept, cloud and on-premise? So here, normally, this one, whatever server access we are going to take, S4 HANA server access, so that we are going to take cloud-based. On-premise in the sense, it will cost lots and lots of amount. That's what I said. One system it's cost you around about, as I said that, around 15 lakhs. Clear? Maybe in future it may down, but as of now, as on today, in India, we don't have this laptops right now. Right? Any questions here? Any questions?
No.
Clear, right? The concept. So in future, I'm going to, once we start to complete this ECC part, then when we pitch into EHP, what we call S4 HANA, then I'll give this particular version, because simultaneously I can't give access to 2 servers. First, we will do in ECC 6 version, EHP 7, and after that we are going. After that, I'm going to give the HANA database server also, which is inclusive. In the course.
Sir, this server access will be given till our course time, like how many months it will
That's
be
what,
given,
till
sir?
course is completed.
Okay, sure.
Last
Thank
day
you.
of the course. As
Okay,
I said,
got it.
minimum 9 months my course, but it may take 1 month here and there. So that's the reason, make it as in 10 months, so on and above. So till 10 months, you will have a server access. Clear? With your specified user ID and passwords.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah. So this is called, so initially we are going to work on SAP ECC6 with EHP7. So one more version is also came into the picture. That is the new version in ECC. In ECC, SAP ECC6 with EHP8 version. EHP8 version. What is this EHP8 version? EHP7 version is suitable for third-party databases and as well as which database? Which database?
HANA database.
HANA database. right? ECC 6 with EHP 7 version is suitable to work on third-party databases and as well as a HANA database. But SAP came up with a new version in the year 2015. In the year 2015, ECC 6 with EHP 8 version. Absolutely, it is suitable only for HANA database. We can't work on third-party databases. We can't work on third-party databases. Clear? Suitable only for HANA database. If I want this particular version, in the sense, I can't install in my system, or it won't support for third-party database. So compulsory, it need to work on HANA database, right? This is the latest version. So here we are talking about, say, 2013 S4 HANA. So here 2015, this is in the year 2015. So how many modules are there in SAP?
36.
36 different modules. So out of 36 modules, like finance, controlling, material management, right? Sales and distribution. Clear? So all these modules are divided in 2015 into two different modules. One is simple finance and logistics modules. Okay, only two modules now. Now still even we'll call it as in 36 modules, but all 36 modules are divided into two different modules. One is simple finance, another one is logistics modules. Okay, simple finance. Earlier we used to call it, our course is FICO course. Nothing but FI is a different module, CO is a different module. In the year 2015, the first module migrated from third-party database to HANA database was FICO module. So FICO, earlier these two are separate modules. FI is one module, CO is one module. But in the year 2015, they have merged two modules. They call it as a FICO or FICO. They have combined two modules and they used to call it as a simple finance. So now our course is SAP FICO or SAP FICO or SAP FICO. Normally in European countries, they call it as a FICO. Don't get confused. Or simple finance. If I'm calling it as an FICO, then it can be work on third-party database or HANA database. But when I'm calling it as a simple finance, then we are going to discuss on HANA database. Means, so this particular module is migrated. The first module is migrated. FICO module is migrated from third-party databases to HANA database. Okay, and we call it as a S4 HANA. What does it mean? Simple finance S4 HANA. What does it mean? Or FICO S4 HANA. What does it mean? What is HANA here? What is HANA? What is HANA? HANA means a database. HANA means?
A database.
Database. Whose database is this?
SAP database.
SAP own database. Okay. And S4. So normally we call it as a simple finance suit for. You know that suit for means we can work on HANA database or okay, suit fourth generation. Earlier we discussed, right? R1, R2, R3. nothing but R1 is first generation, R2 is nothing but second generation, R3 is nothing but third generation, and S4 is nothing but fourth generation application now. Whatever application we are using, fourth generation or suitable for HANA database version we are using it. Is this clear? So if someone is saying, I know HANA database, I know HANA, means what does it mean? What is the difference between S4 HANA and HANA database?
HANA is only database. S4 HANA
HANA
means
means only a database, which is nothing but a technical module, that is. Which is nothing but a technical module. Means database administrator will take care of this HANA. Means whoever will give you the user access, user IDs, passwords, right? All those will be taken care by HANA database administrator. If someone is saying that I know HANA, means what does it mean? He is nothing but a HANA administrator. Means he's a technical guy. But if someone is saying S4 HANA, I know S4 HANA, then people may ask you in interview, do you know S4 HANA? What would be your answer? Means the functional module. HANA is a technical module. S4 HANA is a functional module. Functional activities we will do. As a functional consultant, we will work on S4 HANA, not on HANA. Right? So interviewer may twist you if you are from Ameerpet or you're having a real-time experience in the sense. So definitely first question they may ask you, do you know HANA? If you say yes, then what does it mean? You are indicating him that I know HANA database, not S4 HANA. You are not related to functional consultant. Clear? We will discuss more on this, how many types of modules and all. Okay. So just to say that I know S4 HANA, in that also simple finance or FICO. This is our module. This is our module. We are going to discuss about this particular module, both on ECC and as well as HANA. Is that clear, everyone?
yes, sir.
Okay. And other modules, out of 36, 2 modules are here. Other 34 modules like your material management, sales and distribution. Clear? Later, after 2015, these modules are also migrated from third-party databases to S4 HANA. These modules are also migrated. All the logistics modules are also migrated from third-party database to S4 HANA. So why the market is having a crazy about SAP right now in the sense, see, across the globe, again, I'm reiterating, across the globe, there is a saturation or whatever job crunch or, right, we have a job crunch across the globe. But SAP is facing employee crunch. Across the globe, 99% IT industry. I'm not talking about third-party applications or third-party end-user applications, right? End-user market is almost all closed. Again, I'm telling you, to be frank, to upfront, I'm telling you, within 1 or 1.5 years, end-user market is going to be collapsed. End-user market is going to be collapsed. But okay, what does it mean? So job crunch is there across the globe. Recession is there. But only in IT, out of all, whatever may be the systems, whatever may be the different softwares, right? SAP is having an employee crunch. Understand the term, what I am using it. Employee crunch we are facing in SAP environment, functional consultant crunch. Because whatever projects, whatever requirements are there, clear, the client requirements, that much production is not there in ERP market. Everyone are learning, no doubt about it. Majority people are learning SAP. but output, the quality is coming. 100 people are learning the SAP in one particular batch, but how much percentage is coming out? Productive percentage is coming out is only 1%. Only 1% productivity is coming out. And the 99%, the other 99 is going into scrap. And they are whatever 99 who are entering into the scrap, they are giving a negative publicity in the market. Negative publicity in the market. Even I came from end user market itself. I came from end user market. Majority of my friends, my colleagues came from end people. No one came up directly from SAP functional side. Clear? Only the mantra, again and again, I was reiterating for everyone, only the mantra to get success. If we want to see ourselves in 1% or 99% in the sense, 1%, how the people are there in 1% market in the sense, only the thing is here, again, I'm reiterating, no logic is required, no programming knowledge is required to learn this particular course. Only you need to have a basics of accounts, 15% of your accounting knowledge, 15%. Not 100% of your financial accounting, cost and management. Okay, if you don't know that, no problem, because we are going to cover that function, that academic knowledge also in this particular course. But the other thing is only the practice, 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 practice. That is the only mantra to get success. Other 99%, why? They are attending the classes. They are doing everything. Okay, even though they are very serious. But still, what is the missing here in the sense? Practice is the missing. People will get fed up with the practice. Practice in the sense, see, today I have started one particular organization structure and immediately you have started. Okay, by looking at the recordings, by looking at the notes, you have started practicing. But that is not sufficient. If you are listening to the recordings, if you are by looking at your notes and you are doing, and you just closed it and you said that I have done the practice. No, that is not called the practice. That is called a data entry job, what we are doing. Practice in the sense, it will not, we are not supposed to restrict ourselves to do 1 or 2 or 3 times. At least we need to spend time a lot. If in the class, in the entire course, I'm going to take one company, 3 different company codes. 3 different company codes. Entire course, we are going to work as a project, live project. The entire 9 months, coming 9 months. But meanwhile, in the 9 months, as I said, that one company with 3 different company codes. But meanwhile, you need to complete at least 50 companies into 3 company codes. 50, I'm telling you. Okay. If you remember every step, remembering every step, then that is done. You are done. And you 100%. Again, 100%, you need not to remember. Again, I'm telling you. 30% knowledge, 30% knowledge, 30% practice, whatever things you remember, that is enough to crack any job and work on SAP environment without any problem. Without any problem, we can do that. My self-experience, I'm telling you that. So that is the only mantra to get success here is practice, practice. And your previous batch people will say the same thing. So first you complete the things, after that we practice. But I don't trust on that. If you people are practice along with me, not one company, again I'm telling you, or 2 companies, target is completion of till this particular course, you need to practice at least 50 minimum companies you need to create. If it is more than that also, it's well and good. That is the only thing which makes us a get success. So people do the same thing. I'll create one company, they will start same. By looking at that, they will do the data entry. Whenever I ask them how many companies, they'll say that 1 and 3 company code. Same thing, whatever I'll do in the class, the same thing, but which is not going to work out. Which is not going to work out at all. Dedicatedly, till coming 6 months. Again, I'm telling you, you need not to wait for your job market till 9 months. Hardly 5 to 5.5 months or 6 months. FI part, this particular part, if we complete FI part, then you are eligible to attend interviews. And majority of my students are our students, not our students, are still attending the classes, and they are working as a consultants. Within 3 months, people have cracked. 3 months, 4 months, they have cracked the interviews. Because what is the thing? They don't know complete FI also. Trust me, they don't know complete FI also. But still, whatever they have done the perfection. They have shown the perfection.
I didn't catch that. Could you?
Is that clear? So here, only thing, again and again, I'm reiterating. So don't think that once I complete everything, then you will start the practice. Practice again, data entry is something different. Practice is something different. We don't want data entry operators here. We want consultants. I don't want here data entry operators. We don't want any end user work requirement, right? We want to see ourselves within 5 to 6 months. We need to see ourselves as a consultant roles. IT, we need to move from BPO or KPO or captive to IT environment. That is your target. To get a end user job or to work in a captive, to work in a BPOs, so this particular course is not required for anyone. And again, the coming 6 months or coming 1 year would be a challenge for us. Because we need to dedicatedly give the time for this. We need to give the time for this. That is the only pinching point. Whatever may be your experience, you are having a 12, 13, 14 years or 10 years, 3 years, 1 year. Don't worry about it. We can map your experience accordingly. You don't worry, because there are hell lot of opportunities are there. Hell lot of opportunities are there. For all the roles. Until we don't have a communication, we don't have a subject skills. If we have a subject skills, we can prove. But only the commitment from your end I required is only the practice part. Again, I'm telling you, wantedly, I'll give few gaps in the class Saturday, Sunday. So what my expectations would be in that gaps, in the sense, so dedicatedly our class timings are 3 hours. So sit and practice. Sit and practice, because already committed, you people have committed 2:30 to 5 or 5:30 for this particular class. If class is not there, okay, don't blame your faculty that he's not taking, that fellow is not taking class. So instead of that, utilize that particular time for your practice. That's the reason I won't give heads up that I'm not going to take the class next week or 3rd week or something else. Now we are in literature, no problem. But when I entered into the practical part, definitely we will miss. Last minute I'll update. Is that clear? Last minute. What is the intention behind that is, I know pretty well, because people are employees, people are housewives, people are having their families. So probably Monday, Saturday and Sunday we will do this particular class, and Monday onwards we will be busy with our own things. Right? We won't get time for our practice. And this, I'm saying, practice means not a data entry. We need to create 50, 100 or 150 companies into 3 company codes or 4 company codes, 10 company codes. So how much time dedicatedly you need to give? The people who are prepared for civil services and groups, right? How they will sit. In the same way, give me that time, the coming 9 months. 9 or 10 months, whatever. And definitely after 6 months, you won't see yourself in the same position. I'll challenge you that. You will find yourself in IT environment. Why I am insisting this in the sense, these many times in the sense, you can see, right? One of my friend who was working as an actual assistant manager in one of the company, and he got an opportunity in a different company as a operations manager. Correct, last year he got the opportunity as an end user, accounts payable operations manager. Trust me, he got his team and everything, he got it. Correct. That company recruited almost all 80. I think I have informed also. I just given this example also. 18 operations managers they have recruited. And last 2 months back, without any notice, they have paid 2 months salaries and they have terminated 50 operations manager by giving only 2 months salaries. No prior notice, nothing. Only 3 operations manager they kept with them, and other 15 or I'm just giving an odd number. 15 managers, operations manager, they have terminated, and they are struggling to get the job calls actually. Calls from consultancies. They have updated in LinkedIn, Open to Work, Naukri, and not in any consulting. They didn't left it, and they are approaching everyone now. That company has given a good salary also, good hike also they have given, and that now they are troubled. They are in big trouble. And again, it will be there in anywhere in end user market. From entry level to high level. Entry level, it may take time. Or in middle level also, it may take time, 1 or 1.5 year time. But next level, definitely it already started. Automations and everything it started. Every company. Because I am attending global seminars, global webinars of different MNCs, and every MNC end user companies are planning to cut short their cost. That's the reason they have started calling their employees to the offices. From hybrid to complete 5 days a week. So probably by this year or next year mid, they will start major projects into automation. So that's the reason. So we want to escape from that particular problem, in the sense, definitely this is the only opportunity we have. Again, I'm telling you. This is a beautiful opportunity, and you people have taken a right decision and a right movement. Again, I'm telling you, because, okay, it got delayed. It's not an issue. But still, it is a market it started. Earlier, the market was not that much open, the SAP market. But now it's open like anything. That's the reason I'm telling you, give me the 6 months time, completely dedicatedly. Give me your complete practice time, dedicatedly. Definitely in 6th month, without anyone's help, you will see yourself in IT environment. Okay, so I don't want to give any GAN session, just I'm giving you what's happening in the market, what's happening. Okay, so these are the different logistics modules. 34 modules will migrated to S4 HANA. Clear? So in this particular course, as I said, that we are not going to learn only SAP FICO, and we are going to learn simple finance. And apart from that, we are going to learn few other modules also. So that after 6 months or 8 months, your resume should be differ from other resumes. Like we are going to cover material management, as I said, material management. Okay, because FI and MM closely move integrated, and SD module, your FI and SD will move closely. Okay, without knowledge of these two, also it's not successful completion of our course. Right? FICO, along with that MM module, SD module, we are going to cover plant maintenance. Why plant maintenance? To understand MM module, we need to have a knowledge of plant maintenance also. So that we are going to cover, plant maintenance. And apart from that, there is one more module we are covering, AM module, asset management module. So however, we have a big portion of big topic of asset accounting in FI module, because in ECC it was very much less, but in S4 HANA it got drastically changed, 80% change. What is the difference between your ECC and S4 HANA? In the sense, entire modules it got changed only 15 to 20%. 15 to 20%, your GL module or accounts payable module, accounts receivable module, or bank accounting module, tax module, right? ECC is having only screen changes, minute changes are there, 15 to 20%. But asset accounting got changed drastically from classic asset accounting to new asset accounting. New asset accounting is nothing but S4 HANA. So 80% changes are there. 80% changes in asset accounting. So that we are covering both asset accounting, classic asset accounting, we are going to cover new asset accounting. So when we are covering new asset accounting, then asset management is one of the different module. In logistics module, we have one more module called asset management module. So however, we are covering in depth of asset accounting, both on ECC and S4 HANA. So that's the reason we are covering asset management also. Right? That is an additional module. So this is not our course. These are not in our course. Again, I'm telling you, these are not in our course. Our course is only related to FICO. That's it. Simple finance is also not our course, but we have added that simple finance. We are adding SAP, this one, material management, sales and distribution, asset accounting, asset management, plant maintenance, and one more module we have added, EWM, extended warehouse management. So what happens, why we are covering all this stuff in the sense, if you are good at FI module, then learning this module will not be a challenge. And it's very simple. And if you know these 5 different modules, then the weightage of your resume will increase like anything when compared to your resume, compared to others' resume. People who are learning outside. And point to point, we'll discuss. Apart from this, we are going to learn the academic accounting also, as just now I said, as a financial accounting, cost accounting, and management accounting, we are going to learn along with this. So please open your brains to learn this particular 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, clear, open up, but give time dedicatedly for practice to change our careers. That I can tell you. Okay. So majority people knows I came from the same environment, but now I am enjoying my job. Seriously speaking, I am enjoying my job because people say that, okay, on the, we know SAP, but on the floor, majority people are having facing challenges in the sense, but till now, from past 1.5 years or 2 years or whatever you call, so I'm not facing any sort of challenges on the floor. Because the practice what I did in the same way. That's the reason I don't have any post-mortem material. I have designed my course like what is there in the real-time environment. What are the challenges we are going to face? According to that, the designing part took for me almost all 4 to 8 months it took. Earlier also I used to take the classes, but in a different way. That was a different, completely different. That was completely different. But after designing my own course, right, the real-time course, whatever I have invested, that is absolutely different from the classical training version. So that's the reason I mentioned my course as a classical training and the new training version. Okay, so here we have a different versions. As I said that. So here, from here onwards, SAP EHP 7, EHP 8 has introduced. So here the next version is, these are the number, serial numbers. Don't go with the numbers. So now the version is SAP S4 HANA 1511. 1511. What is 15 here in the sense? They came up with the year. First 2 digits are year and second 2 digits are month. 15th November. 15th November. So they came up with one more version called 1511. So again, I'm telling you, so every year they are coming with adding new and new features. New and new features. So whenever they add the features, definitely that will be added in our course also. That will be added in our course. Clear? And same time, S4 HANA, SAP S4 HANA 1610 version. What is 16 here? 2016. 10 is nothing but October. But here SAP becomes, Apple becomes one of the partner of SAP. Apple company, you know that, right? Now that is a major, biggest client, big client of SAP now, Apple, right? So from this particular version onwards, SAP will release new version in the month of September. and Apple will also release a new product in the month of September. Okay, so SAP came up with 17 is nothing but 17th 2017 and version 9th month. And after that, every September, SAP is releasing the version and Apple is also releasing the version. Right? So here the latest version 108, SAP S/4HANA 2309. Now it's not entered into the market completely, with all the features, but it is entered in 2309. Next version again 2409. Yeah, any questions?
No, sir.
These are the versions. The latest version is SAP S/4HANA 2309. Now don't go with the 2309. Just go with the 2209 only. The same in the market because no client has started working on this 2309. Certifications also not there. So we are doing certifications on 2209 only. So any questions to here? The
No, sir.
versions. Yes, no.
No, sir, it's fine.
Next one, as I said that we discussed ECC 6, EHP 7, EHP 8. ECC stands for ERP Central Component, right? EHP stands for Enhancement Package. First version, we have already discussed. 4, okay, example, 4 in 4.6. Okay, so this is nothing but 0.6 is the features which is added here. Major version is 4. Now 6 is nothing but minor version, right? So here, next one, SAP license cost. SAP license cost for one installation is 91,000 ECC version. It's not S/4HANA version. Okay. If you want to install license in one system, one user, again, I'm telling you, one user, for example, you will join the organization of any end user company. So they will create one user ID and password for you, right? Yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
no? So
Yes, yes.
each cost 91,000. Country tax will be separated. It's excluding tax. Means you are joined an organization, company is spending for your ID and password. Means bulk they will buy, for example, 500 seats, 500 user IDs. Okay. If 500 user IDs, each user ID, they will buy 91,000, they'll pay and they will buy from SAP. Okay. So 500 IDs already they bought it. If they have recruited another 10 members, then again 10 into 91,000. But normally what happens is there will be inflow and outflow will be there. If people comes and the other people will leave. So here, whatever person has left, that user ID means not that user ID. Okay, that license, any user ID, we can give the that particular license. So that license will be used for new entry person. So instead
It means
of
no expiry for license.
sorry,
No expiry for
no,
license.
renewal will be there every year.
Okay.
But that to minimal maintenance kind of thing.
Okay.
That would be a renewal will be there. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So here we will talk later about this one. So the modules, SAP modules are in ECC version. SAP modules are divided into two different parts, two different modules. As I said, that 36 modules. So, but before that, 36 modules are divided into two modules here. One is functional module and technical modules. Functional modules and technical modules. Okay. What are the functional modules? Just now, whatever we discussed, FI, financial accounting, CO, controlling module. These all are logistics module. These all are logistics module. MM, material management module. QM, quality management. WM, warehouse management. PB, production and planning. PS, project systems. SD, sales and distribution. Like that, we have a different module. So here, who are eligible to learn FI and controlling module? Clear? Already we discussed. Any accounting student, clear? Any MBA student, any chartered accountant, any CWAIs, any CS people, clear? MCOM people, are eligible to learn this particular two courses, two modules, FI and CO modules. Okay, even BTech people are also joining this particular course, but the first priority will be given to accounting students or accounting employees who are working under finance end user stream or accounting, core accounting, the people who are working. So for them, this particular module is suitable. And apart from that, other logistics modules can learn by anyone. Can learn by any, and there is no particular stream for them. So BTech people can learn these modules. BCom people can learn these modules. MCom people can learn these modules. MTech people can learn these modules. BCS, MCS, BBS, MBS, all can learn, all the professional degrees students. We can learn these particular modules. Is this clear? So no restriction. And again, whatever functional modules we are talking, whatever functional module out of all these modules, right? We don't require any programming knowledge. We don't require any logical knowledge. Across the course, across your job, you're not going to write a single line program. We don't require any single line program. We don't write any single line program across our career, entire our career. Clear? And here we have another set of modules called technical modules. What do you mean by technical modules? There are two different modules are there. One is ABAP, ABAP people will call, but don't call it as an ABAP, ABAP. What is ABAP stands for? Advanced Business Application Programming Language. Means SAP background, whatever screens are developed, whatever screens if you see in SAP, those are written in a programming language. Clear? Like one particular programming language will be there, right? That programming language, we call it as an ABAP. So all the coding, all the logic will be written in ABAP language, right? This is developed from a language called COBOL. Earlier, before 1970 or 2000, before that, we don't have advanced business application programming. We have COBOL. So all the business programming languages before 1990, okay, before 2000, I can say, there was a business programming language. Every business program used to written in a language called COBOL. COBOL means Common Business Oriented Language. And due to some date issue, year 2000, whether you know it or not, Y2K problem used to call. After Y2K problem, the computers are not going to work and all those stuff. Okay. So then this particular program came up into the picture. Advanced Business Application Program. Whatever disadvantages were there in COBOL, so with those disadvantages, it has turned as an advantage. And the base program language was taken from the COBOL only, which IBM used to do the COBOL programming language. IBM used to work on COBOL. Okay. And in the end, the major programming logic will be taken from Java. Clear? So the people who works under ABAP, they are known as an ABAPers or ABAP consultants, technical consultants. For them, no functional knowledge is required. Who are eligible for ABAP in the sense, they don't require any functional knowledge, but they required programming knowledge. They required logic. Is that clear? And here, who are eligible in the sense, who are having a good programming skill set, who are having a good logic skill set, especially like BTech, BSc people, BCA people, MCA people, MTech people, those people are mostly eligible for this consulting level, ABAPer. Okay. And there is one technical module, basis. So here, basic application software integrated solution. Basic application software integrated solution. So what does it mean? I'm sorry. Basic application software integrated solutions in the sense. So these people are core hardware people. This is a technical module only, but they won't write a single line program. They don't require logic. They will do the take care of system maintenance. database maintenance, user creation, user ID creations, password reset, all those stuff will be taken care by basis consultant. They don't require any functional knowledge, nor programming knowledge, nor technical knowledge. They require complete networking knowledge. Core hardware people who are eligible for this, anyone who is having a networking knowledge, database knowledge, system administration knowledge. So those people are eligible to work as a basis consultants. Is this clear? Any questions here? Any questions?
No, no.
Okay. So what we will do, we will wind up for today here itself. So we will see after hiring, what are the different roles and different positions in an organization. That we will see in tomorrow's session.
Okay, sir.
Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
And one more request, can we have tomorrow, only for tomorrow, 9 to 10?
Okay,
Morning.
it's fine.
Tomorrow is
Morning.
morning 9 o'clock.
Morning 9, sir. Okay.
Only for tomorrow, only 1 hour.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll update in the group also, only for tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
9
Thank
to
you
1, sir.
all. Yeah.
Not 9 to 1, 9 to 10, only 1 hour.
9 to 10. Okay, okay.
Okay. And I'll share tomorrow this documentation.
Okay, sir.
Wherever we will close tomorrow, till that I'll share it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.